We'll give the other stream just a second here to get caught up. We've been closed for just a minute now. All right. All right, we should be good. Let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for April 29th, 2022. Qs down 4.5%, SPY down 3.58, and IWM down 2.81. Coming into today, neutral, right? Neutral, we had the move up yesterday, right? Neutral, I was saying the most easiest scenario would be if we come back and we take out the lows in the morning. That would be just all out bearish, right? That would be pretty straightforward. So what we got today was a little bit different. Not something that I anticipated, definitely. Not a scenario that I outlined, but one that once it happened, I think we all could understand that it was pretty bearish. So first we tried to move up. Now, for the move up scenario, I was saying how we're neutral, and in order for us to be bullish, right, we would have to take out this previous high. Okay, so could that have happened? We could have gapped up, we could have gapped down and then moved through it. That would have been pretty bullish. But what we got instead is the move up, and then that got sold, right? So the fact that this green bar, right, as it got back to the resistance, got sold, that said, okay, we're definitely bearish, okay? And so as you can see here on the hourly here, there was one point in the late into the morning I was saying, okay, that was really bearish. You see the topping tail, that's the same thing that we just talked about on the 15. You know, if the market is going to hold, if this hourly is going to transition, it has to happen here. Okay, if it's going to produce a higher low, what would be even more bearish is if we tried to move up, produce a lower high, and then fail. Okay, we didn't do that, but we did go right back down, right? We moved up a little bit, but I was kind of more inferring more of a move up. So I guess there was, you can see from the bottoming tail to where the end of the move up there, this is a decent attempt at a bounce, and then that got rejected. Once that happened, right, all out bearish, we stayed pretty bearish. There wasn't anything, you know, after the morning that I was interested in playing long. Now I did have one long play. We'll go over it, okay? But after that, it was just try, you know, get stuff short and try to stick with it, okay? So that was kind of the game plan for today, and for going into Monday. Now, if we gap down on Monday, depending on the size of the gap, probably going to be a little bit of a bounce first thing, and then maybe into the afternoon continuation. But we have time frame alignment back now. For that short period of time, basically just yesterday afternoon, hourly was looking like it wanted to start an uptrend potentially, or at least end the downtrend. But now we're back to the daily being bearish, the weekly being bearish, and now the monthly still, and the monthly is turning more and more bearish, you know, with each kind of day, with each week. So we will start a new month next week though. All right, so now we're starting to get time frame alignment that we're seeing bearishness across the board. Okay, so of course that means bearish for Monday, but look at the timing here, right? Multiple bars down, especially if we gap down on Monday. Otherwise, we're staying bearish. If it is going to be for a bounce, we're only expecting short-term bounces. All right, moving on. Here are today's plays. All right, so like I said, I did play the OLN. I thought the move up in the market was kind of impressive, right? When it moved initially up off the bottom, off the gap down. So I did go after this OLN. Timing I thought was pretty good. That was around the time the market was starting to rip. Okay. Unfortunately on this, it was really wild. Ended up having a lot more spread than I anticipated. I think I got in around 60.20. Okay. And then I was using this bottom here as the stop. So 60.20, it was about a dollar stop. I did get some out at the highs. I tried to get it out right when it broke to the new highs around that 61.50. Filled me at 61.29, I think. So that's what, 21 cents. Yeah, there's, like I said, 20 to 30 cents spread. You know, that's what happens sometimes when you find these plays and the bases are really tight. it's hard to know what the spread is going to be like once it gets moving. And man, you can see in this 2 minutes here, it went from 60.44 to 61.50. So in 2 minutes moved $1. So, and then, came right back down too. And then in 3 minutes, move up and then reverse. So unfortunately lost a little bit on this play because I only took a third and then the other piece didn't work. The other piece stopped. Okay. Then MITK, really liked the daily here on the MITK, breaking down, starting the move here. It's a little bit like the ILPT, which I tried earlier in the week, but I don't think was as good. See how I played the ILPT, and when I reviewed at the end of the day, I felt like, yeah, that was too aggressive. I played it on this day, and I couldn't get the follow through that I wanted because it already dropped some. But notice how multiple bars down. Now the MITK though, today's the beginning of the move. Beautiful base there, 20 MA rolling over. So here's the sell setup here. Sell setup right here. Now I wasn't aware of this one. I didn't see it. I don't think this wasn't on our gaps list because it wasn't gapping. It was something I found after the open. Mentioned it. MITK here on this sell setup right here. And so this move ended up being a little bit short of 4 Rs. I took some at 2 and at 3. It didn't quite get to 4, and I wasn't really planning on using 4 as the final target anyway. And then the hourly eventually trailed out, and the runner ended up trailing out at 1. So, yeah, that was okay. It was a good play. I like the MITK quite a bit. Worked out nicely, and a nice kind of fluid move on that. I was surprised how much it pushed back though, which is was kind of a lot to give back. You can see on the hourly to go from that bottoming tail through to the top. Now that's where my trails go. Otherwise, actually, it comes all the way back and reclaims where my stop would have been. But that was the MITK. And then the one that I really wanted this afternoon was the ALDX, but the ALDX just wouldn't trigger. I really thought that if this got going, this would make the afternoon. Like this would be really, really nice. Called it, had it called, probably sat with the call for hours. Then when first time it moved up, I canceled it, and then I eventually said, okay, it's valid again when it came back down. So initially it was called here, didn't trigger, moved up. I said, okay, cancel. When it was moving up here, I said, okay, it's not going to trigger. And then once it came back down, I said valid again, but I just never triggered. Here's the daily. Here's why I liked it so much. Underneath all of that. So clearing that, even has a bit of a gap, negating a green bar. Really, really liked it. Now, the thing that I missed out on today, so, you got to see a play that was good at first, but then lost a little bit on. Play that was pretty nice, the MITK, and a play that didn't trigger. Now, what I missed out on was whatever sector this is. I don't know what they are. They might be like REITs or something like that. But they're all kind of the same sector, and they all kind of have the same charts. This AON, DRE, okay, FR, whatever these are. Man, these they set up in the morning, and then after the morning, they never looked back. So these things were the most impressive things that I saw. Realty Trust, First Industrial Realty Trust, yeah. So not, I don't know, they might not be REITs, but whatever these are, Realty Trust, these were, these were the things to go after today. These were the really impressive moves. Look at this DRE. So had a sell set up there, even in the morning, had a base. And then even the AON we talked about, yeah, AON. This one out of the bunch, I think was probably the spreadiest, but there it is. Base breakdown off the 20 MA, and then power trend. Really, really nice. So, yeah, unfortunately I missed out on these. This is where kind of, if I made any mistakes today, it was just not getting into these early enough. And even here, I didn't really like the spread. This at least I was aware of because this was on my hot list, and I was saying, you know, you can play this here, but it's spready. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that would be the mistake today. So overall, though, good day. All right, and I think there was kind of a lot out there. So hopefully you did well. You know, we've had a lot of the big names already report: Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook. So we still have plenty more. I think earnings season is basically peaking right now. So make sure you get lots of rest this weekend and are ready for next week. All right, should be a busy one. Okay. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you on Monday.